dude. So
No, you.
No, you. No,
No,
you.
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 All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Since time began, a war has been waged in the shadows between the armies of good and evil. It may be fought on a grand scale, or within the heart of a single individual, or even a child. The evil has taken many forms and used the darkest of arts. In our time, they call themselves simply the Hand.
Front door was unlocked.
No, it wasn't.
This is Film Sack. Oh, sure.
Well, what do we have here? It's another episode of Film Sack. That's right, Film Sack. Mining the very depths of film entertainment for all mankind, episode 640. 800 by 480? No, what's the resolution?
Yeah,
640 by 480. You're right.
Yeah.
40 by 480.
Yeah,
Which is
640,
about what
baby.
this movie originally came out in.
That's right.
Ooh, if the Daredevil was 480, that would be genius.
Ooh, that's not bad. Anyway, it's time for us to do another show. I'm Scott Johnson, joined today by Brian. When he was little, he could have sworn Diablo was in his room, Dunaway.
I still do. Oh, hi. This week on Film Sack, we are electrified by this 2005 marvel of an action fantasy film now streaming on HBO Max and starring the better half of the Benifer. What? How dare you suggest there is a better half of the Benifer? You devil, you. But come on. Who would you rather see in some skin-tight fall leather, lead leather? Fall red leather? I didn't know that was going to be a tongue twister. Fall, red. Bless America.
Even slowly.
Yeah.
Jesus, even the blind man can see. She is the chosen one. What's that? She's not the chosen one? Benifer's no more? No. Well, maybe she can sleep it off. Anywho, earlier this week, I challenged the bedsheet ninja boogeyman to a ninja off at my abandoned childhood home covered in bedsheets to end a decades-old rivalry to avenge my mom who died at his hands in her sleep. And you know what? I feel pretty good about my chances. Since I spent a good portion of my adult life preparing for this moment, learning ninja stuff like stabbing sneaky roof ninjas through the porch ceiling, fighting old blind men in pool halls when they disrespect me, and babysitting bratty chosen one doppelgangers who steal my shit. But standing here now, in a room full of bed sheets used to cover rich people's furniture when they leave and never return, I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, I made an error in judgment. Oh, shit, what was that? Randy, I can't teach you. I want you to go. Is this a test? No, you clingy weirdo. Now get out of here before I have to take out my namesake, the stick, and play some pool on your head.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Is this a test? Hey, is this a test? No, you idiot.
You about killed me with oh sheet.
Oh, sheet.
That was really good. All right. Also, with this, Randy, he also considers himself a very handsome Croatian man, Jordan.
Aloha, Scott. Brian.
Randy.
Thank you for coming to this meeting of the council of mostly people who sit around this table and do essentially nothing else with their lives. This guy to my left has failed, and now he must leave through one of the 14 doors out of this room. Loser. I've brought you here because I need a team of fighters to go kill a little girl, and the first team failed because they weren't village people enough. You, on the other hand, you might be a little too village people, but we need that. So, so that we can tell you apart. Now, the only other thing we need is 3 rules. Number 1, get yourself a truly dumb nickname. I need your nickname to make people groan every time you cross their minds. For instance, I saw on one of your applications that you named yourself Tattoo because whenever you spawn magic wolves from the ink on your skin, you send out tattoo of them. Perfect. No. Number 2. Do things the opposite of what's expected when you attack. Don't wait until the enemy is asleep like every ninja that has ever been trained to do. Show up at dinner time when they've just been using knives in the kitchen or something. Number 3. Number 3, remember, you work for the hand. You do not work for anyone else on this job. You work for the hand only. This is only a hand job.
Nah.
I was hoping you were going there.
I worked for the hand a lot when I was about 14.
Oh, my Lord. Well done. Let's now move it on over to Brian. Talk to the hand, Ibbot.
Oh, well, indeed, talk to the hand. And I guess for today's intro, I've got a really big shoe.
All right.
You're in.
You're
in. I'll let you in. You're in.
Can I just say, I think that's a hard one to top, dude.
I know. I had so much fun with that.
That is so good. For real, I think that tops all of them, and maybe you're going to have a real challenge ahead of you now.
Great. Well, thanks for that pressure.
Yeah. That was amazing. Holy shit. Well, as you can hear, we're probably talking about Elektra, and there's only one way to be sure, and that is to rely on Miles K. from our very own community to be fake Fletcher this week and tell us more about the film Elektra.
Set 3 years before the good Marvel movies started with Iron Man, Elektra the warrior survives a near-death experience, becomes an assassin for hire, and tries to protect her 2 latest targets, a single father and his young daughter, from a group of supernatural assassins. Jennifer Garner stars as Elektra, and Terrence Stamp co-stars as the old British guy trying to lend a bad movie some legitimacy through his accent.
Love it.
That's perfect. Perfectly said.
Well done, Miles.
Yeah. Nicely
My
done.
very first note about this movie is, why aren't they letting Jason Isaacs use his natural accent?
No kidding.
Or why aren't they letting him hang around and be a bigger part of this film? Because that guy's great, and he added. I mean, that whole. I'll just say it now. I think that whole first thing was kind of killer. Like it was
pretty good.
Really good start to the movie.
It was a little. I felt like it might have been several versions edited together, because at one point she's whispering behind his ear and can stab him very easily right there, and the next second she's 20 feet behind him throwing a scythe through his back.
Well, that was a demonstration of her magic.
Yeah, I thought that was
Was
important.
it? Okay, was it? Sure.
Well,
okay.
She can shift time.
I thought that was the.
She's a very inefficient assassin.
Well, I agree, but I
at it.
thought the whole idea was that it made him think she's in his ear, but she's really kind of like throwing it or something. Wasn't that the idea? I don't know.
I mean, they could have demonstrated that with just her being far away, but then him hearing the whispering, right? And not put her directly behind him, but then immediately, poof, and she's back there.
I think they were trying to do something there, and I don't think it exactly worked.
Everything else about that intro I really liked. And 100% agree. Less Goran Viznik and more Jason Isaacs.
Yeah.
At that point in the movie, we were supposed to try to figure out whether or not she was just a figure, because obviously she was
legend.
in his head. Yeah, she was in his head, obviously. Oh, the legends are true. And so he had built up all the other legends. Of course, he would hear it in his ear. But later on, can she shift time and move through time? We don't know. They kind of implied that maybe she could.
Yeah.
But it also feels like a legend, like one of those things that there's no way anybody could report on that, right? How does a legend like that get started if everybody that hears her whisper in their ear dies?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's a really good point. It's pretty cheesy, and they also didn't really return to it. Like they did that. They kind of showed her at her best in the first 10 minutes. And then later it was just like
she seemed more sure of herself at the beginning than she did throughout the whole rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was nothing shown that explains why she's suddenly in a cabin on the coast, like feeling down. Like, I don't know, maybe she wasn't supposed to look like she was depressed. Like maybe like
no,
the
she
story
was definitely struggling. Yeah.
But like why does she why does character have depression?
She was like she's like Batman. It's Batman depression. It's like your parents got killed.
Daredevil.
She was abandoned, and she had issues. That's the reason why when the master's like, "You gotta go," it's like I got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
That was the whole rub.
Yeah.
Rub-a-bub-bub.
I was getting Bruce Wayne vibes out of it, and it's very Frank Miller, by the way, to do this. Frank Miller created this character. It's not necessarily 100% from the page here in this movie, but it's close enough. And Frank Miller's ideas seem to always sort of be Batman light, whether he's doing Marvel or DC stuff. If he's not working on Batman directly, some character's going to have a Batman problem. like their parents died, or they're kind of grumpy, or they have a lot of money, but they don't. They're all messed up inside, and they can't find love or whatever. That's just kind of his jam.
Elektra
And
has
they-
to keep moving. She has to keep moving because when she stops, that's what she's so pissed about, and that's the reason why I find out later on that this was something that the Stick was doing. He was making her stop and making her reflect. That was the point of that. Yeah, but she's got to keep moving, otherwise she can't look back, because if she does, it destroys her, and she hasn't faced it, but she needs to face it.
Yeah.
Just like the Incredible Hulk, the David Banner version, not the Bruce Banner version. Got to keep moving.
You got to keep moving, baby. There's a
place.
news reporter right on my ass. I
Right
gotta
on my
go.
tail.
Yeah.
Right on my tail. I want to show him how angry I can get, but he wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't like that one freaking bit. That is the truth.
I think what we learned later in Marvel movies is that if you establish interesting characters and you give them a reason to fight, so you have to have multiple characters, right? And they have to have conflict with each other, that there's a reason below it. Then you can do whatever you want with their internal conflicts. You can have their silly little backstories be really, really interesting and make me feel things.
Yeah.
But you have to establish those characters as interesting in and of themselves in their conflict with others. And like, I don't know. Here's the hand. Oh, okay. Here's the hand. Okay, it's a room full of people. Like
The hand is an old trope, right? I mean, we're pulling from a lot of old kung fu movies and that type of thing. So I mean, the hand is like, okay, shorthand of what we're experiencing here.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
mean,
group.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if the hand extended beyond this, like the actual hand extended beyond Marvel, but those things we did see in a lot of those old kung fu movies, and basically this,
like a little
this
secret
faceless
society
cabal of organization. Yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
Cabal's the perfect word. It's like this secret organization that controls things, that is somehow involved in all underground crime business, but also to be feared by everyone, kind of Yakuza style stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah, this is This is Daredevil's Kingpin. Comparison. It's the other side of the coin. This is their mafia on that side, right? So that's kind of where it goes.
Well, didn't they? Okay, so Ibit, I need Ibit for
was
this.
a member of the Hand for a while, or was associated with them
right.
Right.
But here's my question for Ibit, because he's all things knowledgeable about Marvel, and I don't know the answer to this. So Stick was originally in the comics anyway. The dude trained.
And it was a big rat, right? Is that
Daredevil, right?
Right. Yes. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, he was a giant rat. He was raised with turtles. This is how it worked. But no, he was the trainer there, and I think they wedged this in to this. I don't think Stick had much to do with Elektra in the comics, if I remember right. But it's been a while.
Either. I don't know. I remember him being involved with the Daredevil retcon, or not retcon, but kind of the new origin that they kind of gave him, or fleshed out origin that they gave him, rather than just being trained by getting goo in his eyes.
Right.
But Stick is pretty old school, right? Like he's been around for a long time.
He's the Stick.
He's the guy who trained Daredevil. Like he's he's real. He's not like invented for this movie.
No. Just their relationship
absolutely,
is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he had much to do with Elektra. He had all kinds of things to do with Daredevil. But
he didn't appear. I had to look it up. He didn't appear until Daredevil 176 in 1981. So well after Daredevil had been established, but then they kind of said, let's give him a little bit more explanation as to why he's really good at doing what he does.
Right.
And,
The one that was done by was it Frank Miller, or am I thinking of what's his name, the crazy guy with the beard? Can't think of his name.
Neil. No, I know you're talking about
You
the guy
know,
who did
crazy
Watchmen
guy
and
with the
stuff.
beard.
Yeah, Watchmen. I can't remember. Anyway, so one of those two, Alan Moore, right?
Yeah.
It was actually, I think it was Frank Miller. Frank Miller's Daredevil, which is known as Frank Miller's Daredevil.
Right.
Is considered kind of
We're
like
not reinventing the wheel here. We're just
yeah, exactly. But that's kind of like the place where you go, oh, okay, this is where Daredevil, modern age Daredevil comes from.
That's where you need. I mean, really, you can get omnibuses and graphic novel collections and stuff like that start with that era of Daredevil, and it's a great era. I mean, that is
It's really good.
A great place to start.
Yeah.
The stuff with Bullseye and the death of Elektra, spoiler, and
yeah. Well, if we watch Daredevil, you already know.
If you watch
right?
Daredevil with us, then you already know.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the comics. I mean, just that issue cover with Bullseye's, I think stabbing her with one of her own size, and you see it protrude and pushing her costume or her uniform back a little bit. You don't see it
right.
breaking through.
Right.
It is such an incredible and powerful and
Yeah.
heartbreaking issue cover.
Yeah. And it was like he kind of basically Marvel hired him and said, just as some history here. He hires Miller and said, "What you did with Black Knight or Dark Knight rather? There's no Black Knight. What you did with
Well-
Dark Knight, please come over here and do that here with Daredevil."
That's later.
There is a Black
later.
Knight in Marvel, but a whole different thing.
Whole different dude. But yeah, like, can you come over here and kind of do a similar treatment?
Yeah.
And I think it's actually backwards. Like, it's the other way around. That's the story everybody always tells. It goes Batman, then this. And I think it was this, then Batman. I think.
Right. Yeah. He works on Daredevil. He gets upset with people he's working with.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
not for the last time. And then he goes and makes he goes and works for DC and makes Dark Knight Returns.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah. If they ever do like they won't, but if they ever did like a Mount Rushmore of comic writer, creator people, you got to put Frank Miller up there. He might
For
be a
sure.
little,
I
he
mean,
might
you'd
be a
have-
little crooked and weird looking, but
You'd
put
have,
him up there.
I mean, there'd probably be like 6 or 7 people: Ditko, Kirby,
yeah.
Stan Lee, of course,
Alan Moore. You got to put more up there.
Bob Kane,
Yeah.
Jim Lee.
Probably.
Jim Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Rob
a few.
Liefeld, but I don't know if they'd have room for.
Yeah,
for
they
his
don't
chest up
fit
there.
him.
No.
Face it to the side with a really funky perspective. I
Yeah,
love
it would bump everybody to the left off of the mountain.
it. I love it.
Oh
Great.
my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, it's interesting though, and it made me watching this kind of did make me, and this happened with Daredevil too. It made me want to go back and read some of that stuff because there are some really amazing stories, and this lifts from some of it, mixes some of it in, tries to do its best. I'm just gonna say, it's pretty bad. Especially in the long haul of the film. Like early on, you have some hope, but I think eventually it just kind of peters out, and they.
This made me really want to go back and watch the Netflix stuff. With,
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't get me wrong. I think Terrence Stamp does. You said, elevates this thing. 100% does. And I think his TV counterpart Scott Glenn again did the same thing for the Daredevil series. Just a very, very good casting in both cases for Stick.
Yeah, you need a wiry old guy, blind guy who can kick your ass. Those two are great picks. Nothing wrong with either one of those dudes.
This movie had great moments, and I think I probably just say it's the editing that killed this movie because it got rushed near the end. And yeah, like I said, I've seen some moments that were just beautiful, gorgeous scenes, and you really felt like, oh, they're right on the cusp of doing something really cool, but then it just kind of falls apart because you get lost. You're like, what just happened? What?
Yeah.
So I usually blame that on editing, and I think that's what happened.
Is it editing when things are too dark, or is it just?
Yeah, it can be because that can be
director's
post processing.
choice?
Absolutely, it can be post processing.
Sure.
Probably that didn't happen in filming. The way the vignettes and stuff is on it, that didn't happen in the filming.
I'm with Randy though. It's just there were moments of like, why are we in the dark, dude?
Yeah.
Freaking get a light on in here. This is not a big deal. Get some contrast, something, so I can see what's
a
going
lot
on.
of it was shaded out like that. Lots of times that's the indication of them trying to hide something. It was less. It felt more like those dark spots were because they were trying to hide something that wasn't going to jive in editing. That's just the impression I got.
Maybe
I
they
don't know
were
that for a
trying to
fact,
hide
but that's the way
her.
it felt.
Maybe they were trying to hide her disdain for being there at all because she hated this. She was not
We
into
have
it.
characters that totally.
You could tell, man.
You could
oh
tell.
my God, she
yeah.
did this.
Totally phoning it in. She told a journalist later that she felt the movie was terrible, that she only filmed it because she had contractual obligations from Daredevil. There was no other reason for her to do
Bennifer
this.
was falling apart, so it was a very dark time.
Oh, were
for
they by then? Because
the 2004 is when I believe that we accepted Bennifer being over. So yeah, and this came
when
out
we
in 2005.
established the Bennifer timeline.
Yeah, for us.
yeah.
I'm sure it was over for them earlier than that, but
Sure,
for us it was.
sure.
Yeah,
I think
That was when People magazine started reporting, or TMZ started reporting that it was over.
Yeah.
That's when you start telling your friends.
I'm really,
it's
really
over.
confused right now because Bennifer is Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Oh, is that
Well,
right? Am I getting
No,
that
it's
backwards?
both.
No, you got it.
They applied it to Garner too, because otherwise it would have been Barner.
Yeah, Barner.
Jennifer Garner married Ben Affleck the year after this movie was made.
Yeah.
And
Okay, maybe then. Okay.
Oh,
maybe
we don't know.
But
our
no,
Bennifer
you're
timeline.
still right because the Lopez thing. Okay, so they meet on the set of Daredevil. That's the story.
Yeah.
They
Right.
have an affair, and he's with Lopez at this point. So there's a big fallout from that, and a year out. So I'm guessing they're in the thick of all that shit right now while this is being filmed.
Right.
Because by the time this thing is a year later after this film comes out and they get married, I mean, that's all aftermath from the fallout, right? Or from the breakup or whatever. And then they have
Jennifer is what I'm looking up for.
Then
now.
they have like 3 kids,
So-
and you know,
Yeah, because they were apart for a little while, and that's when he was with Garner.
right.
Oh, so okay.
It was
yeah,
it was
18
it was a
months
Garner
from
sandwich.
2002 to 2004. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Wikipedia, there obviously there's a page on Bennifer called Bennifer. But what's funny is their wording. Lopez and Affleck's relationship garnered the first couple portmanteau name
nice.
in Hollywood.
It's like a
Nice.
Dunaway intro there.
Good lord.
Kind of. No, it would have to be like this. Lopez and Affleck's relationship garnered what's that? The first couple
Right.
portmanteau name in Hollywood.
So, and my recollection
What's that?
is that the breakup was Jennifer Lopez's idea because she married Mark Anthony really soon
Real
after
quick.
they
Right.
broke up.
Yeah, it was very quick. You're right about
Oh,
that.
Okay, so yeah, I had that always backwards. So in
So we're in
2005, like
Bennifer
you said,
2.0 is what we're
Yeah,
I guess
Bennifer
2.5 if you
2.5.
count Garner as
Interesting.
Bennifer 1.5.
Yeah.
1.5.
1.5.
Bennifer 1.5. It's a beta release. It's probably
Well,
not
I
going to
will-
stick.
Yeah.
I will apologize for any Bennifer information, disinformation that I was giving out.
Well, I
earlier.
backed you up on it
appreciate
because I thought you were
Yeah.
right. That's how I remembered it as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I
the-
just, Bennifer did.
Yeah. And then the
Yeah.
return to Lopez only happened in the last couple of years or something, right?
yeah.
Like during
Wow.
pandemic times, they were like, eh.
Earlier than that, 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
I closed the page. When we reopen, I'm going to reopen it.
And
Don't reopen the page.
I'm
and say,
reopening that relationship.
They got back together in the pandemic.
yeah,
They
during
got back
did. Okay, I
together
thought it was
in, like,
before.
in
Yeah.
like the first year of the pandemic.
Yeah. Feels
Now,
like
is this-
2020,
Yeah,
21.
21. Yeah,
Yeah.
May 1st, May 11th, 2021 was the first time they were
Yeah.
photographed together.
Yeah. I remember that being
Yeah,
a big
your
whoop.
world's falling
Breaking
apart. You gotta-
lockdowns.
You gotta
Yeah.
cling to anybody you can. I just want to come back to the claim that Jennifer Garner wasn't into it.
Yeah.
Because we always need to acknowledge that
Well, she's
that
claiming
is-
it, by the way, but go ahead. Yeah.
Huh? What?
She's the one claiming it, not other
Right,
people.
right,
She's
yeah.
claiming she had a
She's-
terrible time.
right.
Yeah.
We always want to acknowledge that when an actor says, "Oh, that was a bad movie because I wasn't into it," they are making an excuse for not doing a good job. And someone else involved is going to say, "Well, actually, we hired the wrong person we had the wrong person in this role, right? They're not a good actor," that kind of thing. Like that is just we're talking about one person's opinion.
Yeah,
right?
but here's the funky business. She's 100% visually, physically, and I think
And she's coming
actor wise,
off Alias, right?
She's still making Alias. She's like in break
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
She's perfect for Elektra. There's nothing wrong with her casting. Her casting's perfect. You give her the right you give it the right material, you make the right movie. She's great in this because who else looks like this? Nobody. She looks like Elektra minus those earrings.
Yeah.
She's her.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with her casting at all and any of that. It just sounds like the whole thing was a mess. This director, Rob Bowman, he did that Fire in the Sky business, or not Fire in the Sky.
Oh.
What was it called?
That's a good one. Fire in the Sky's
Yeah,
good.
with the dragons, right? It's Fire in the Sky.
Oh
No.
no, that's
That's
the
the Alien.
alien abduction.
Yeah.
Buggering, alien buggering
yeah.
movie.
What's the name of
Yeah.
shit? Oh, Rain of
Rain
Fire.
of Fire.
Sorry, Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
Rain of fire in the sky.
That's the guy.
Right, with a G in the word rain.
Yeah, Rain
Yeah.
of Fire. That's
Also known for
Bowman did
X-Files
that in
movie.
02, so he did that just before this, and then I loved that movie, and this felt like a different person made it. Like it just felt weird. But I did find a piece of trivia about him that Dunaway. This is for you. All right, a gift.
Do it. Give me.
He was associate producer and co-directed an episode of Riptide.
Hell yeah. I told you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Everything starts at the Riptide.
it does.
Little orange robot.
Got a weird
So-
career though. This guy, he went from Riptide was his first job as producer in '85, and then does 85 through 2020. Yeah, 2020. He did 20 episodes of The Rookie, but he's just been like very spotty on that side of things. But as far as directing goes, it's all TV shit. Like
X-Files, like crazy producing stuff.
yeah, big time X-Files producer and stuff. But like, I guess he directed a ton of or a bunch of those Rookie episodes, which I have not seen that show. My wife loves it though.
It's great.
Quantico.
Speaking
that
of
kind
producers, So, like any Marvel movie, this is a Stan Lee executive produced film, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the producers that look like were kind of like this is where they're getting going with Marvel are Kevin Feige and Josh McClagan, right?
Whoa. Oh, I think we talked about that with Daredevil too, right? I think he was
Yeah.
involved
Yeah.
or came up on screen or something. We were all like, "What?
Right.
Kevin Feige? What?"
And
What?
so far we have seen a number of his films. Kevin Feige, like this is not our first or second. Like we also sacked Fantastic Four and Spider-Man 3 and The Punisher. And I'm just like looking at like his early stuff. It is like all this is all stuff I want to sack. Everything that
Yeah.
Kevin Feige worked
Mhm.
on early in his career.
Yeah. It's interesting,
Sure.
right? Like I wonder what switched there. What flipped for them in the Marvel thing? Well, obviously it was Iron Man, but what I mean is at what point did Feige go from, yeah, he's been involved with these shitty Marvel, things are not great, so they're average to at best or whatever, and then suddenly there's a giant hit, and then suddenly he will be the guy that will forever bring MCU to life. Like there's a story there. I don't know what it is and who will write the book, but I'll read it. I'll read that book.
And maybe it's partially trust. I don't know. Maybe over time.
They
just
could call
learning.
it the Feige tales. I don't know. What do you want to call your biography for Feige? For Geeky.
We're gonna call it that. Feige, Feige,
Semper
Feige.
Feige.
Foe.
Feige foe. I make a movie. You must go.
Right.
Done.
You must go.
Be
That's what you
Feige,
have.
Feige, Fogey, Fum is what it would be.
Oh,
Foom.
that's even better.
Feige, Feige, Fogey, Foom.
Right. I smell the heart of an English bloom.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me though that he's the guy and that he was there then and we didn't think about it or know about it. Probably still wore that stupid hat. Like he was just there doing his thing.
And
then-
Marvel's willing to let people kind of grow and evolve. Like the screenwriter here, Zach Penn, he's not that good early in his career. He's really
Right.
not that good. Like his credits are not well written.
Yeah.
But he develops. He gets better as time goes by.
That's true. Zach Penn we know from X-Men 2, I believe.
X2, right? Yeah.
X2.
Ready Player One he wrote, which I don't know, not the book, but
I've
adaptation.
heard rumors, by the way, speaking of X-Men and stuff, the Deadpool Wolverine thing is supposed to have a cameo.
Really?
With Elektra.
Really?
With Jennifer Garner's Elektra.
Really?
Oh, really?
The
So
rumor is.
is it going to kind of be the same thing that the
Multiverse.
the multiverse, but also kind of what they did at the end of Deadpool 2 with him going back and fixing all the broken Marvel stuff in the past?
Good question. They haven't gotten that far yet. I've just heard the little announcement.
Sounds
She's
right though.
interesting.
She is now a 51-year-old mother of 3.
Yeah.
I'd
Still
like
looks
to
amazing.
see
Still-
her do this.
Yeah. What's in her wallet, though?
Yeah, I'd be fine
Yeah,
with it.
what's in her wallet?
She'd kick ass. She's she seems like a pretty. I've seen like I follow her on some social stuff.
She's kept up with herself. Yeah, she's
It's
still
well, it's
doing
not
it.
just that, but I
Yeah.
mean like she just seems like she's got it kind of together, and I
Yeah,
don't know. Like
absolutely.
if I'm gonna guess, this is just a guess, but if I'm gonna guess who is the most unstable vertices of all the Yennefer, blah blah blah, back and forth between these couples.
Yennefer.
I think your weak link is probably Ben Affleck, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
These are two really strong women who.
I don't know. I really enjoyed that Super Bowl commercial. I don't know. It's hard
It
to
was-
say.
He's
Well,
funny.
I enjoyed
He's
it too.
doing
I like
fine.
him. I know he's fine. He's not. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad or negative. I'm saying if
But
there's
yeah.
a waffling waffle in this, it's Ben
If
Affleck.
you've got to pick, if you've got to pick the waffle, I got you.
Because
Okay,
he's got
yeah.
these two beautiful women who are very accomplished in their own right, and he comes along and sweeps them off their feet and whatever. If they're still, he just strikes me as a guy who's a little
we get
sad, and he's out back, he's in the backyard smoking, going, oh, you know.
We all stand around doing it, right? It's like, how did he get with her? We do it.
Yeah.
There's something about that, but that commercial was great. It was about the only one I thought was any good on the
This
Super
is
Bowl.
only our third Jennifer Garner film, by the way, and
Oh,
I
good
dare
job.
you to name the first. Like giving you Daredevil and Elektra.
Oh my gosh, this is hard, you guys.
Good luck.
We didn't do that. That
30 going on. No, what is it?
we definitely didn't do 13 going on 30.
I love those movies. I just want to say there was a
It's fun.
time frame where she made such nice movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
I
That
love
movie
that.
was great.
I think Butter was really good too.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
everybody likes butter.
Everyone loves butter. Hold on, I got to think about this. We didn't do like Juno.
No, we talked about it.
No?
Was
I
it
forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
was it a big roll or a bit roll? Randy, can you tell us that?
No, I mean, no.
Not gonna
No, you
tell me?
can't tell us
not-
that.
Oh,
or no,
I
it
know
was-
the
not a-
one.
it
I
was
know
not
the
a-
one. I know it's
It
Pearl
was not a
Harbor, dude.
big
It has
role,
to.
but it was
Oh,
memorable.
yes.
To me.
was it?
Yeah, it has to
Right.
be
Pearl
Pearl
Harbor.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, which
The
would have been her
Pearl
first time.
Harbor.
So that's when she saw Ben Affleck and said, "Maybe one day we'll bump uglies." And he said, "Sure."
Sure.
They're filming this disaster movie, Pearl Harbor, and Scott's like, they wanted to
Yeah.
have sex.
They want to have sex with each other, and it
I
won't
mean,
be.
isn't that what all those sets are? Really, is just
Sure.
a way place for you to hook up before again TMZ gets their grubby hands on you.
Sure, but that's only one. So hold on. Let's see. There's another one.
No, that was
Oh,
it.
that was it.
Well,
Daredevil-
he gave
yeah,
us
Daredevil was
He
the
gave us
first one.
two.
Oh, I thought
He
there
gave
were
us the
three.
first two.
Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, right. Daredevil. Duh.
And I also want to say, man, Elektra the character was so much better in Daredevil than in Elektra, and I don't understand how. How was she so interesting and dynamic? And like she had people to talk to in this movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did anybody see that thing she did more recently called?
Yes, the one
Yeah.
where it's an action
Yes,
film,
I
and it's
saw it,
like
yes.
She goes all angry Jen and takes out the bad guys who
Angry
killed her
Jen.
daughter or
The
something.
Adam Project.
That's
No,
not it.
Family
Yeah.
switch. The last thing you told me. Party down. Upload the.
I'm getting to it. Peppermint.
Peppermint. That's it.
Peppermint.
Yeah, Peppermint.
Recent.
Nailed it.
That would be
Yes.
6 years ago.
Shut up. 6 years ago, really? I
Yeah.
could have
Yeah.
sworn.
That's not
Wow.
that long ago.
Time it keeps on slipping.
Apparently it does. Yeah, she
Thanks,
she goes off to kill a bunch of people who programmed her, and she goes all
it's like
transporter on
Alias.
people.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
she do
kind of
the-
Alias,
did she use
except
her-
she's a lot more violent. Like,
Yeah. Did she use her Kimagure?
I don't know what that
Did she
is.
use her Kimagure in that one?
Oh, the
Nobody
thing in this
does
movie.
because it's some made up bullshit.
It's so made up, dude. Stick going. Oh yeah, I taught you how to resurrect people. Come on, man.
And
What is-
if you find any information
Oh,
on
yeah.
it and you go, oh, it's on the internet, it's on Wikipedia. Yeah, because people made that shit up after they made this shit up. It just keeps on perpetually shitting up.
It did.
All right?
It felt like
Wow,
they were
Brian.
adding. They were doing like Lazarus. They were doing like Lazarus crap
It's a
from
Lazarus
DC.
pit, yeah.
Right.
It was weird. I didn't like it. So
Oh.
okay, this is my biggest chief problem with the movie. Actually, I didn't mind that there were maybe some mutants involved or whatever. It's Marvel, right? You're supposed to
Yeah.
supposed to have some of
about
that.
the band of hand tattoo.
Yeah, the
and
hand,
stone
right, the-
and
Yeah, like Stone and those
Typhoid
guys.
Mary. I mean, Typhoid, not Mary.
typhoid.
Typhoid, not
Yeah.
Mary. She's just Typhoid, right? Is that her
Yeah,
character's name?
That's right.
Typhoid after they kill.
Typhoid. Never let her speak out loud on microphone. Only do ADR later with a different voice.
Yeah.
Typhoid.
Stick, stone, typhoid, tattoo. We got all the greatest hits, but they never.
Sticks and stones could break my
Yeah.
bones. Look at that.
Yeah, but my problem with all of that is that you if you're going to get into really magical territory, I feel like you got to spend more time setting shit up. You can't just go, here's a guy with morphing tattoos that look like a real bird flying around.
I
Like,
mean,
tattoo
you
is
know,
a
we're
badass.
we're already seeing it from the very beginning when she's zipping around and poofing, you know, and appearing behind the girl after she throws a box cutter into her sleeve.
Wow, yeah,
And they killed the chosen one.
So
Yeah.
there's some supernatural stuff going on. The hand is, you know, they're poofing into green smoke. Before that,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting a lot of that stuff, more the mystical than the supernatural. I
yeah.
think.
But that's my point is I think because you spend no time on that stuff, I can deal with hers because it's like ninja powers. Oh, she's here and now she's there. Well, that's what ninjas do, and I expect that from them. We're not.
Well, that's what ninjas
That's
do.
what
I'm
ninjas
buying
do.
We're not supposed. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to go. Well, yeah, of course they're the fastest, most. You know, they can conceal
sneaky,
and
they
sneak
hide,
and all that.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they got
Ninja
weird
tricks.
blades in every pocket, and you know, it's just the way it is with these ninja types. But when your death as a hand person is to disintegrate into, you know, green smoke, I don't know, man. You could just die. You don't have to have the. Why
Do
the
you-
green smoke business?
I like the. Oh, okay. So I kind of like the green smoke and the light and stuff. I thought that was actually kind of cool. I was able to go. You know what? I like this.
Yeah,
I dealt with it.
I treated it, and I don't know if this is any Marvel lore or anything, but I kind of treat it as them getting like they're perennial. They are not immortal, but they basically live until they're killed, and then when they die, they kind of poof back out of existence as opposed to a little corpse, like little hand corpse there.
Which that
Yeah.
was probably the best thing in the movie to me. The first time she kills a ninja, they turn into green smoke, and I was like,
Yes.
wait, did I just see what I saw? And then the next time you see it, you're like, that's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't we get something about that?
I don't know if I agree.
Yeah. Well,
it's really
I thought it was cool. And I'll say this too. I'll go ahead and shade, let guys know what was shading my experience of this while I was in here watching Elektra. I know Ibit has a story to tell as well, but while I was in here watching Elektra in my office, trying to concentrate, I went and got a drink, and they were in there watching the first Twilight. I watched about 5 minutes of it and came back in here and said, "Thank God I'm watching Elektra."
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah, dude.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like I couldn't believe how quickly someone in our community started talking about this as like the worst film they'd ever seen. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh no!
There's
Let
a
me
lot.
introduce you to
Yeah.
the pairing of Morbius and Madame Web, shall we?
Yeah,
Yes.
or
I
you know
saw-
what? Even better, let's go back in film sack a bit and talk about freaking Catwoman. That was a way bigger piece of shit than this is.
right.
Like
Yeah,
way
and then some of our
worse.
non-superhero stuff even worse than that. But I don't know if seeing Madame Web the night before I watched Elektra helped
Right.
Elektra, but it certainly didn't hurt. Like, it certainly made me appreciate it. But there are a lot of perilous. Damn, I don't want to ruin my Twitter post. There
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
ruin it.
Yeah.
Don't give any more than
Yeah,
that.
I have rhyming verse about this later, but
Said enough.
the experience of watching Elektra today, well, it was not my first. I'd
Right,
watched it. I watched it when it came out.
I have the
went to
DVD.
movies.
Come on now.
Right.
Yeah.
Just for the record, this is I thought I'd seen it. I hadn't seen it.
Oh, really? This is your first
well, you
viewing?
saw
Wow.
Daredevil. You probably thought, "Oh, I seen Elektra."
I was sure I had. I thought I went to theaters and everything because I saw Daredevil with some friends and we kind of enjoyed it, but I think it was us enjoying each other. Like we were having a fun time.
Oh
hanging
my!
out.
Well, tell us more.
Yeah, you don't want to know more about that.
Movie
Hole in the bottom of the
theater.
popcorn.
But it
What?
was like this this weird mental block where I thought I'd seen it. I had not seen this, so it's weird.
Yeah, I will say I've seen it before, a couple of times before.
Mhm.
I've never especially loved this movie or never especially hated it. I loved the Elektra storyline in Daredevil. So whenever it comes on, and I like Jennifer Garner and just about everybody in it, and it's it's a little mystical. It's not something you have to sit down and really concentrate on. You get to see, Bob Sapp is Stone, and that tattoo guy. He's so cool. Chris Ackerman. He's so cool. I love how his whole look and his whole vibe. And I'm like, I want more of that story.
It's not
I
cool.
just want to go back
He's not
to
cool.
a good movie establishes characters, and then you have a reason to root for or against them. And
Yeah.
this movie just expects you to like these people or be interested in these people. Like they just show up and they're attacking Elektra,
Mhm.
and you're like, I want to like Bob Sapp in anything, but I don't
Yeah.
know anything about the character at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like it. I do feel like they did kind of miss the opportunity. I really felt like maybe they thought Daredevil was a bigger deal. And if you've seen Daredevil before this, I feel like you maybe have a leg up a little bit.
Brings
You feel kinda
brings
like,
in a good question though.
Yeah.
Is this movie even watchable without seeing Daredevil before it, or are you completely lost? Like
tougher.
how? Yeah, like how does any of this stuff make sense if you have not seen Daredevil before it?
yeah.
Well,
How did she
it's also
die? Because
this is
they
this is a
don't say that at all.
prequel, right? It's a
Right.
prequel, obviously, to Daredevil because she dies
What,
in
this is the
Daredevil.
prequel?
No, it's a
No, this
sequel.
is after. This is a sequel. She
Is it?
dies.
Definitely,
Is it though?
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
That's why
she dies.
that's why
They show the
she's,
scene where she dies in Daredevil.
No, I know, and she says I died before, and I get that, but I don't know if it's explicit. Is it? I guess it is.
It's pretty explicit.
It didn't feel explicit. I mean, I realized there was a filmed and not used cameo from Ben Affleck as him. So I guess that would support the idea of a sequel. But to me, this felt
And she
prequelish
wasn't Elektra until by the time you got to the end of Elektra, right? I mean, or Daredevil.
Or
Excuse
Daredevil?
me. She wasn't even. Yeah.
I guess I struggle with them just acting like it doesn't matter at all that all happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, now that was another thing, and now she's moved on, and I don't know. I don't like sequels like that. I don't like self-contained comic book things that ignore the stuff that came before.
Well, yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And Marvel does this even with the MCU, and it bugs me when they do. But when they go and have an Avengers movie, then they immediately go off and do a single character movie. They do some references here and there as like, oh yeah, I remember New York or whatever. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, where is everyone?
Well, and that was my biggest problem with Secret Invasion. It was the fact that, oh my God, we've got this horrible Skrull threat, and Nick Fury's like, yeah, I'm going to handle this on my own.
Yeah.
What's in your wallet? Hey, look at that.
What's
There's a
it?
nice little parallel there.
Hey.
Good job. You found the connective
I
tissue.
like that.
That's right, exactly. But yeah, that for me was the only time I really had a problem with it. For the other ones, like, yeah, okay, I can see, they even mention, oh, Thor's off on some other thing, or Captain America's off fighting somewhere else.
Which was pretty common in the comics as well. I mean, they
That's
did
true.
that all the time,
Yeah.
crossing these
Yeah.
stories over. So
Yeah,
it's
otherwise
very
it would just be a big snowball, right? Every
Yeah.
time you added a new superhero to the MCU, great. Now the next movie has to have 5 of them, and then the next movie has to have this new one, 6 of them, and 7 and 8, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they just have to, you get these overwhelming end game style things that they would do with every film.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of, and even in comics themselves, there's a couple of types of superheroes. There's the ones that are on the ground level fighting the
Right.
city streets and
The
stuff. and
Marvel
there's the
Knights
bigger
kind of
ones.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's the bigger ones. You have to weave those stories together. And how do you explain how Spider-Man didn't notice everything in the world being destroyed when, he's fighting in the
Right.
streets? So it
Right.
gets complicated.
And this and the group we're talking about here is the Defenders. I think Elektra's
those are-
kind
Yeah,
of
or the Marvel Knights really kind of more because these guys weren't the Defenders bounced around between a bunch of different characters. Doctor Strange, big member of the Defenders for a while. Black Panther for a while. Like, it's more a Marvel Knights kind of collection.
Right.
Sure. What I'm
yeah.
saying is what the interesting thing, right? When you say like, who are these interesting characters that we read all these books about? We're talking about Matt Murdock, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Danny Rand.
Yeah.
And notice I didn't just say Elektra. She's not that top tier. She just doesn't, she doesn't work somehow.
She in the books she does.
Yeah.
I think she could in the cinematic universe. I just think that, again, wrong hands, wrong project. Like, this could have been a lot better than it was. I think the director's got chops. He makes cool shit, makes good genre stuff. There's no reason why he couldn't have been great at this. The screenwriting credits go to a bunch of people with a lot of good crap, under their belt at this point. I don't know what went wrong. It feels strange, like Daredevil in a way, but more so. It's almost like everyone just felt like they had committed, so I guess we got to do this. But okay, tattoo.
Okay.
Like there's a real feeling of not desperation, but like just get it done and put it out there. We have to put it on this year's taxes, kind of feeling to it, and that bums me out because I don't think. Well, obviously, it doesn't serve the film that it feels that way. And I wish I liked it more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I like the character. I like the comic it's based on. I did read that forever ago. And I would love to see it done right or have her brought back in. Aren't there rumors that Deadpool 3's got a little of her in there or something?
Yeah, that's what we.
Did you say
Yeah,
that
we
earlier?
talked about
Okay. So do we know how much of a deal? Or is she just going to show up and go, hey, what's up?
I mean,
Hey, I'm Elektra. What do you want from me?
I'm guessing. I mean, my prediction earlier was that it's going to be the kind of thing they did at the end of Deadpool 2, where they show Deadpool going back and fixing broken things in the Marvel universe, and maybe he fixes Elektra and fixes the
fixes
Ben
Elektra.
Affleck Daredevil or something.
That probably explains why he's sitting on Hulk's big dinosaur chair.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Whoa.
Better finish
Johnson.
that one.
Yeah. That's a throne, not a bone. All right, everybody, get that
Right.
straight.
Okay.
The extended band of hand here, the one that goes out and slaps around everybody. I was a little confused because I didn't remember this one coin flippy guy. So there's like the introduction to these guys. They come into the boardroom.
Sure.
Kirigi or whatever his name is, the sheet ninja. I guess his power is his wind. I don't know. I think
His
I
power
think
is
it's
sheets.
It's power of
He
sheets.
senses wind.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
manipulation of sheets of
Yeah.
300 count high thread Egyptian cotton sheets.
Yeah. That's the
Right.
guy.
So, he comes in and the crew comes in and everybody's got their little, their little walk. And there's this one guy, he's walking like a creep and he's got a little coin. He's
Yeah.
trying to balance it on
Yeah.
his hand. I'm like, oh, what's this guy going to do? And he never does anything.
Oh, he's
all the way
the
until the-
Dalsim. Yeah.
Yeah. He ends up getting killed like by the chosen one somewhere along the ways. And I'm like, what was that guy even supposed to do? I never got to see his cool thing.
Yeah,
We
and the
got
other
this
guy,
cat
I wrote him down as our chick in the bucket, so we're going to give that to him right there. Where's
or his
bucket?
powers are
Wrong one.
chick in the bucket.
You may not
Grab a bucket.
There, sorry, couldn't find it.
Right.
Yeah, no, certainly his powers, and then is this a different or the same guy, the little skinny kung fu guy that also?
Yeah, the tattoo guy and the little skinny guy,
Mhm.
the bald guy with that's the only reason why you know the difference, because they're both little
Right,
skinny
is-
dudes. with
Yeah.
attitude.
Exactly. One's bald and the other one's flipping a coin, or the bald guy's
Right.
flipping a coin. I was like, oh,
Right.
this must be Dalsim.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Your Mortal Kombat collection, because clearly Typhoid was one of the poison green
Yeah.
katana or something like that. Ladies.
Oh, and the best kiss, and the one I think didn't they win that year for best kiss, MTV's best kiss? Do you guys remember that? And they used to do the
what
awards
with her
for
and Jennifer Garner?
Jennifer Garner.
I
Yeah,
remember Best Kiss
think-
was this
yeah.
nominated.
they got nominated for that. That's
nominated
stupid.
or won that year. It was
Whatever,
a pretty
dude.
badass kiss,
That's
though.
'cause-
Oh yeah, they won. This is an award that they were given for best on-screen.
You know what?
Really?
That's
The
horny
years.
boy. That's horny boys who saw girls kiss each other.
Correct.
And
that is something
But that was
that
a cool.
something that would exist in 2005 and not exist in 2024.
Mm.
But it was such a cool
what-
scene when Typhoid tackles Elektra and she's slow mo falling backwards and she's sucking her essence from her or whatever she does with her little Typhoid death sentence or whatever.
Mhm.
That was a pretty cool scene, though.
Mm.
Maybe
Was
not.
it?
Maybe not worthy of best kiss. But go ahead, Randy.
No.
Oh,
No,
they,
I just thought it went on forever. I was like, oh wow, we used to love slow mo, huh?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
just for the record, they still give out this award. Let me tell
do
you
they?
who got it last.
yeah.
It was Madison Bailey and Rudy Punkout in Outer Banks this year.
Oh,
or
very
last
good.
year. They almost there was so to give you an idea of the nominees: Last of Us with Philip Pajot and Anna Torv, My Policeman with Harry Styles and David Dawson, and so on.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be. It can just be a good kiss.
Well, yeah, that's
Sometimes it's very
that's the
passionate.
idea. Is it's supposed to be
Impactful
just
story.
supposed to be a good kiss.
I will say that they did not win in the 2005 MTV Movie Awards. That award went to Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling
Oh.
for The Notebook.
Oh,
Very
Which is
good.
like
That was
an
good.
iconic kiss.
yeah.
It
that's
is,
a good
yeah.
kiss.
Your other,
That's almost
your other,
Spider-Man kiss. Yeah.
your other nominees that year were Natalie Portman and Zach Braff in Garden State, Alicia
okay.
Cuthbert and Emil Hirsch in The Girl Next Door,
Oh.
and Gwyneth Paltrow and Jude Law in Sky Captain and The World of Tomorrow.
Good
We
Lord.
saw that here.
That one.
That's a pretty
We
good
did
kiss.
see that one here.
Yeah. Look at this:
Pretty good
2010, 2011, and 2012. All 3 years won by Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson for the Twilight Saga.
Hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what we're
I
saying is
watched a
this
bit
is
of that.
dumb. What we're saying is this is stupid. Is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
This is a
By-
shit
and by the
award.
way,
I don't think it's stupid. I think it's actually pretty cool.
I think it's dumb.
That's probably one of the most stress-inducing things besides the sex scene. But way more often happens where two people have to kiss on screen, and these actors have to do it. That has to be very stressful.
believable and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos to the people who pull it off
I
and
think,
do it well.
The Motion Picture Academy could learn a thing and add best kiss and best fight
Yeah.
scene and best video game based on a movie to the actual Academy Awards.
Let's do it.
We
Right.
need to-
Let's do it. Yeah. Get
By
the
the
Razzies
way-
in there while we're at it. Just have a Razzie category.
yeah. Exactly.
The best Razzie
yes.
kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for Madam Web to sweep the Razzies. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be.
I mean, there's no way it doesn't, right? It's that bad.
There's no way. Yeah, it's just so. Even Sydney Sweeney, Sydney Sweeney, as we called her on the show,
Sweeney.
couldn't save that film.
I mean, she's pretty great, but she's. I mean, I don't know. She's just another. She is somebody that they put up a picture of her, Billie Eilish, and I can't remember some other third person, and said, "What genre of woman is this?" And it got me to thinking. At first, I was annoyed because I was like, "Don't try to lump people into genres. That's gross."
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
second impression was, kind of do all have the same look. What is this look? And we are all into this look right now. What is this? What is this thing? And I can't really define it. I asked my daughter, who's her age. I said, "Do you know what this is talking about? This whole genre thing?" And she goes, "Yeah, there's like a Raggedy Ann face thing that's in right now." And she didn't mean it mean. She's just like, it's a certain kind of look.
Sure.
Freckles.
We've finally moved
freckles
away
and-
from the Britney Spears schoolgirl outfit, pigtails. We've moved on to Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
Something like
Oh,
that.
man, nothing gets me going more than Raggedy Ann. Woo.
It's something like that. And there's a dude version of this, and I forgot what she called it, but it's like
Is it Raggedy Andy?
no, it's
You wear like overalls and stuff. It's way
it's
sexy.
really squared off jaw, tightly cut
Oh,
beard.
you're talking about this. You're talking about mega macho. What is it called? I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
but there's
about.
a
It's on
word.
everything.
Yeah, there's a name, and I don't remember it.
There's a name,
The-
and we're
the
old
Chad
and we
look.
don't know it. The
Maybe it's the Chad
maybe
look,
that's
but it's
The
like
Chad.
one that's it's a genre of man, and there's something about that I kind of like. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a little fun side note.
We didn't get to talk about I don't know how to say his name. He's the big bad guy. He's Roshi. He's been in a million things.
Oh,
We've seen
I
him
know.
in,
I can tell you who he is.
Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung,
Shang
he's been in a
Tsung,
bunch
yeah.
of
Hiroki
things.
Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Tagawa.
Yeah.
He's
That's it.
amazing. Let me
Kinda
tell
like
you
him.
something. If you want to just make your life better,
Eat up some scenery. Oh,
well, if you want to eat up some scenery, I suppose you could do that too. But if you want to just make your life better, sit down and watch, even if it's just for him, watch Man in the High Castle. He's so good in there. He's mind-blowingly good. He's underrated. He gets into these cheesy movies. He's in Mortal Kombat and the Tekken movie, which was terrible.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. He's just amazing. And every time he's on screen, I get excited.
And guess what else
Yes.
we saw him in for Film Sack?
What?
what do we get?
Pearl Harbor.
Oh,
Oh,
Harbor, get out of
Really?
here! So there's
Our-
a big hug between him and Jennifer Garner.
All roads lead to Pearl Harbor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or from it, I suppose. Yeah, he's
From it, yeah.
he's amazing. He, if you want to hear something cool, recently he's a voice, the sword maker in Blue Eyed Samurai. Very, very good in that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love that guy. Let him
He's
be
also
in
the
this
voice
movie.
in DuckTales. Whatever.
He should have been in this movie more. Who is he in?
He
Duck?
was,
Oh,
and he
Akita.
was just
Yeah.
sitting and judging. That's basically his whole role, is to sit and judge.
Yep, that's right. And he came back as Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat 11 game as I think a downloadable. I think you had to buy that character, but yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, because they have a regular Shang Tsung and then they have old man Shang Tsung, and they based it on the movie. But that guy eats up scenery like a crazy person. I love him. He's fantastic. He's Ulrich Wren in the Star Wars Rebels series, like lots of animation as well. So yeah, the
got
minute
great
he
voice.
showed up, I went, "Oh shit, we are in for it now!" And then the other Asian guy that's in Lost, he shows up. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, dude! Oh, look at all these people."
Yeah, what's his name?
His name is
Kingagawa, is that right?
Hiro Kangagawa. Correct.
Kangagawa.
A lot of heroes in this. A lot of hero.
Yes. Hiro.
It's a superhero movie. Yeah.
Am I
Yeah, makes
correct
sense.
about Lost, or am I making that up?
I'm
I
trying
think
to see
that's
who
right.
he was in
He's
Lost.
the
I
one who
think you're-
does.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
Hanzo, right?
We're getting
The
yeah,
Hanzo
we're getting confusing.
Foundation. Yeah, not him. He's a different
Oh.
actor that
I would have believed you.
well,
Of course, I thought
hold on a
Bennifer
sec.
was
I
a totally
think I'm-
different group
I
of
think
people.
I don't
I'm
want
right.
to speak. I don't want to speak
Ill of the Dead.
out of
Oh.
out of turn, out of place.
out of yeah, exactly.
Um.
Don't think it's the same guy.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? Shit.
You're thinking of the Hanzo Foundation guy, right?
Yeah, but
yeah.
who I'm mixing him up, or the shows I'm mixing up is he's in The
Godzilla.
Expanse. I completely mixed that up. He's in The Expanse.
He
That's
was-
the science
He
fiction
was
he's in.
Godzilla. I loved him in Godzilla.
Which Godzilla? Which one?
2014,
Oh,
which I still like, and people sometimes.
wait.
poo-poo on, but I
You're
still
talking
like
about the Hank Azaria? Godzilla.
No, that was
it.
97.
that's not
not big,
2014.
not big
Yeah.
stomp,
Way earlier,
stompy
okay.
feet.
Yeah,
No, we're
that's
talking about
Bryan
Breaking Bad
Cranston
era. Yeah,
Godzilla.
Breaking
movie.
Bad Godzilla.
Gotcha.
Oh, I like that movie too. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I thought
I
that
don't
was
think
fine.
I've seen that one.
Oh, it's good. It's the
I like it.
that director everyone loves now, Gareth Edwards, who did
Okay.
the
I
recent
like
thing.
Gareth Edwards. He's
Can't
pretty
think of
good.
his name
And,
now.
down
and it
on the
has the
list.
Olsen twins' little sister.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
Oh.
She's been known to do things.
The good Olsen twin.
I also like Will Young Lee. I like I even like Goran Visnjevic from ER. I think he's fine.
Sure. He's fine. He is the
Why?
reason all of our wives watch DR, though.
Yeah.
There you
but-
go.
But why accent? Why movie? Why
Why
accent?
That's his accent. That's his real talk. That's how he sounds.
That's
He's
his
from
real
No,
talk.
it isn't.
Yes, it is.
That's his real
He's
talk.
from Croatia. That's his accent. That's literally how his real accent.
Yes, so let him talk normal. This movie demands that he sound like an average American.
Oh.
And he can't pull it off.
Oh, see,
He-
okay. Then I think what I'm saying actually supports your point of view because I think he must have been terrible at it because he just sounded like normal Goran Visnjevic to me. Like he just sounded like dude from Croatia. So if he was trying to be English or American English, that was bad. That was
It
terrible.
was. I'm telling you. It starts with Jason Isaacs. It runs all along with this Goran Visnjevic guy, and then suddenly Terrence Stamp comes along and just speaks like a normal person.
Right.
Like,
He gets to call the
look.
shots, man. That guy's a big
Yeah.
deal. And he's our three for hero movies. So he is General Zod in Superman, obviously. He is that in Superman and Superman 2 because he's briefly in Superman 1 in the thing, the glass in space. What's that called? Phantom Zone.
Glass in space.
Glass in
Right,
Captain the
glass in
Space
space.
Window.
And then he would later star in that Wanted movie, the one where you could control the bullets, the trajectory of the bullets. You whip them.
Oh, Wanted. Yeah, right. You were
Wanted.
saying that.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
where
Yeah.
you spin your gun just the right way and it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great though, dude.
and
Throwing
so,
bullets.
and so we've seen Terrence Stamp 4 movies now. You just named Elektra and Superman 2. Name the other two.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
was it one of like the Judge Dredd or Demolition Man or something like that?
Was-
One of
was
those.
Not, no, it wasn't.
Neither of those. Okay.
In fact, I'm going to give you the most recent one because you will come up with it eventually. A couple years ago, we watched The Haunted Mansion, and he was
Okay.
Terrence Stamp was
Yeah, I
a
got you.
mainstay in The Haunted
Okay.
Mansion. It's the
Yeah.
other one that I don't remember. I don't remember sacking this, and it has Terrence Stamp. He's pretty top billing.
What is that?
Young Guns.
Oh shit.
Really? Oh, yeah, I can see it
Yeah,
now.
I remember now. He was the once again. He's like the wise leader count.
Yes. Right.
Guy.
Yeah.
Right? Am I remembering that right?
I'll save you all. Or was he with
The
yeah.
Obi-Wan, basically.
Mm-hmm. He was also famously,
Yeah.
if you were a fan at all of Halo 3, which I am a huge fan of Halo 3, it's probably the best the series has ever been. He was the Prophet of Truth. He's very cool in that. A lot of video games, though, like Elder Scrolls, Oblivion. He was in that. He was in other things I can't find. He was in Red Planet. That was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's great. He also didn't he? Oh no, that's not Star Trek. He's in a movie
God,
called
and
The
I would
Ri-
have thought we would have watched Red Planet. We didn't. We saw the other one, right?
Yeah.
The Mission to Mars.
Mission to
Is
Mars,
that
I
it?
think.
Yeah.
The one with Gary Sinise, I
The
think.
deep impact to that movie is Armageddon, basically.
Feels like it. But he's in a movie called The Real McCoy, and I thought that for a minute I was like, oh yeah, like Dr. McCoy is a Star Trek connection. No, it's not.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Not even close to
Jump
the
for
same.
joy.
And he was great in that
Queen
Priscilla,
Noel.
Queen of the Desert,
Oh yeah.
transvestite, whatever. What was the deal? No, they don't use that term anymore. What's
They
it
were
called?
drag
queens.
Yeah.
Drag queen. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Then they used, but back in the old days, my parents growing up, anybody who wore a dress, it was just transvestite, no matter what you were doing. That's what they said.
I thought it was cross dresser. That's why I said. I thought that was always they didn't understand anything. It was just
Yeah.
they're cross dressing.
I heard cross-dressing. Oh, don't remember anybody calling
Yeah.
Flip Wilson a transvestite.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Or
know
the
what?
Monty Python guys transvestite.
David Cross should make a line of salad dressings, and it could be called cross dressing.
Cross dressings.
Cross-dressing.
I would
Perfect.
buy that.
Excellent.
I would buy that and put it on my lettuce. You know what I mean?
Sure.
All right, here's okay. I got a little scrutiny here for a trivia item. Scrutiny. And this is what it says. In 1992, Oliver Stone, JFK and Platoon and all that, announced he was developing an Elektra film titled Elektra Assassin, based on the comic book miniseries by Frank Miller. However, the plot would have involved Elektra fighting the Hand rather than being hunted by S.H.I.E.L.D., because the film rights to S.H.I.E.L.D. were tied up in another deal. I guess what I'm saying is, my scrutiny question is, do you think Oliver Stone was ever going to make an Elektra movie?
No.
It doesn't feel right, does it?
That
would
feels
he?
so, yeah, that feels like
Why
such
would
a barrel scrape for him that I can't imagine him doing
He'd
it.
throw that script back in your face so fast.
Yeah.
Make you think it was some sheets, ninja sheets.
Ninja sheets. Freaking CGI poorly animated Spawn cape like sheets.
Yeah.
Man, that was bad. Holy shit. But then
What kind of that was so stupid. The whole time I was sitting there, I was like, is she really about to go in here? Where the sheet ninja is going to have all his powers. Because at first I was like, oh, cool, smart idea. Go home because you'll have the advantage, because you'll have home field advantage. You know the house, you can run around it. Cool. And then when she walked into there where all the rich people, why do rich people cover their shit in sheets when they leave? I don't know. Anyway, she was in there and I was like, this is a bad idea.
Keep the dust off. You don't have to.
Well, okay, but they're leaving forever every time. It's never like we'll be back in the fall. It's always this like
I agree.
sadness. They're dead.
This is pre-Airbnb. This is pre-Airbnb, so nobody's in there to keep stuff fresh and do their laundry and all that shit.
Get the servants to finally cover everything in sheets and let's leave. Let's get out of here.
That's the one.
Did anybody have a favorite weapon in this movie? Like a favorite?
Oh, Elektra's size, of course.
The sides are great. Yeah, because I think, man, I just want to play with flipping those around, and you can get a little extra power by putting your fingers around the little T part of it to like really, really jam it in.
Yeah, and cut off the end of your finger every now and then. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. How sharp is that part?
Right. Yeah.
I'm kind of a fan of the stick staff. I like a staff.
Oh, sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
I am all about that rapid fire dart gun. The one that doesn't shoot darts, it shoots bolts.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah. I like that.
I am just like, I want to know how that works. It's probably not realistic. But like if there was such a thing that could fire, 15 bolts in rapid succession, I would like to mess around with one.
I wanted to see that compound bow be used, but it never happened. It was just had the will shoot.
Yeah.
Compound bows are cool. Those are really cool. I like those things. But why was she having like David Fincher 7 credits fits? Like what was going on there? Like, come on. Yeah, well, I get that.
Suffering.
I get that, but the way they edited it was just like, did David Fincher come
like
in here and say,
was bad.
"Yeah, it's all you know what, just to support your bad editing."
And the problem is you've seen such better uses of this trope since then. This trope of PTSD will change everything.
Yeah.
And like Jessica Jones, for example, is like it's absolutely terrifying and it's so realistic. And this movie it doesn't earn this. You don't have a connection to the character. So when she's having these PTSD flashes, you're just like, huh? What?
Yeah.
What?
She keeps flying back to her center, which is her father yelling at her in the pool. Right.
I like that. It was for a second there. You said PSD flashbacks, and I thought that's Photoshop document
Can I
flashbacks.
export that as a JPEG or?
Yeah. Do you need layers? If you don't need layers, I'll just give you a PNG and it'll be fine.
That's right. Exactly. Just
awesome.
flat rasterize that.
That made me laugh. Anyway, I also wrote here that remember when Goran Vizjiznik was the next huge thing? He was supposed to be a big deal after this, or after ER, and he still does stuff. Don't get me wrong; he's in all kinds of things I like. It's just he wasn't like the next George Clooney, which literally he was on that show. He was literally the next George Clooney.
He was.
He did come in after George left, right?
I think he was the replacement, good-looking man, and he became. I think he was also a pediatrician, like Clooney's character.
He's a good eye candy here. I enjoyed his eye candy.
Yeah. I think he's a very, very good looking dude. I think he's compelling and interesting. I just don't know why he didn't go on to be like the next big thing.
There's too many guys that kind of look like him,
Guess
so.
so.
Oh God, you think? I feel like he's very unique in his look and I don't know.
These days, there's a whole crowd of them. But back in the late '90s, early aughts, I feel like he kind of had his own thing going. Sure.
For some reason, I was thinking of Nicolaj Coster-Waldau.
I did too, dude. I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it, but the voice and the look is very. He could have been Game of Thrones, Jamie. Yeah. Why not?
Again, probably a bit younger and comes later. But that's the problem. Yeah. That's the problem. We're watching this movie in 2024, and it just like everything about it is done better later. With one exception, I noted the happy ending. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought the very end of it was like this movie was a huge mess, and somehow this pretty little final scene emerges from all of it.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. I thought I never felt concerned or I never liked the girl, the chosen one. And it's
Oh,
not the
one
girl. The
protected
actress
one
is
she's
fine.
protecting, yeah.
Yeah, the actress is fine. It's not her problem. It's the way
yeah.
she's written. It's way. First of all, they're in her good graces way too quick. It's like that all was just waved away. It's like, okay, I can't kill him, so now I'm going to protect him. That's all. That's it. Now she's your best friend. It's like your daughter almost. Like, come on, you didn't earn it.
Yeah.
But also, I hate that whole storyline. The only time I've ever liked it is in Logan with X-23. That's it. Everything else is just like, okay, the chosen one. They're all fighting over this shit.
Yeah, there's so many chosen. No, I'm the chosen one. No, I'm the chosen one. I thought Jennifer Garner was the chosen one. Nope, it's typhoid. Nope.
Yep.
It's little Addie Miller.
It's typhoid.
Who is this little Elektra anyway? So I mean, she's not even. Yeah, it's all kind of.
That typhoid lady's in a ton of things like this. This is what she does.
She
Hush
is,
on
yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
Big in the
Well, and,
action stuff, and yeah.
Lots of direct-to-video crap you've never heard of, but
The girl, Kirsten Zien,
Mm-hmm.
she hasn't made a movie in like 7 years, and her last movie was The Christmas Train, a Hallmark Channel
Hell
Christmas movie.
wow.
Well, probably so. Her mentor would have been Jennifer Garner, and she was all
And-
pissed off during the set, so she was probably like, "Well, I don't want to
And The Christmas Train stars Dermot Mulroney, who should have played in Elektra, the sidekick with McCabe. Dermot Mulroney would have been an amazing McCabe in this movie.
Well, I always said Dermot, but I'm going to, from now on,
Dermot.
say Dermot.
Dermot.
I'm going to do it.
Dermot.
Monte.
Because I think whether you're right or not, I don't care. I like saying Dermot.
Now, you don't like the much better Dermic?
Yeah,
Mulroney?
Yeah, the Nicole spelling or pronunciation.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Dermic McRolney.
Dermic McRolney. That's right.
What else? We got so the tattoo guy, the eyeball on the shoulder animated tattoo man, is he a regular comic-y guy? Is he in there?
I didn't recognize him. Let me see if
I didn't recognize any of this stuff, but I think with the generic names, I think those were just made for the movie, and I
with
think
the
they probably
exception, right?
they probably were planning on better names, but they was like, "What do I call this guy?" Tattoo.
Tudo Sokudo, his tattoo,
Tudo
a member of the Hand and an enemy of Nachos Deluxe.
Nachos.
Let's see here. Not. Yeah, just appearing in the movie. So
Okay.
I'm not saying there's not some parallel character that's similar to these characters, but I'm pretty sure these were just movie characters.
Stone
Very
was real.
disposable, I mean.
Stone's a guy, but he's very different.
Yeah.
They basically, and I'll make a reference to it later, but they basically just, I don't know, made a, who's the guy that's unbreakable in the,
Tombstone. Yeah, the Marvel or the Spider-Man.
Yeah, like I said, there's parallel characters.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage
There's
is
a
what
lot
I'm thinking of. Yeah, they Luke Caged him,
yeah.
and
There's a Tombstone that is similar but not Asian. Just a big Solomon Grundy looking fella.
This is like the Watchmen villains, right, or something like it's all these tertiary characters you would have probably never seen in the.
You know what? They remind me of Boys. They're like extra characters in the Boys.
There you go.
That's what it reminds me of.
That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah. The only difference here is
right.
they aren't just bursting. They aren't penis. It was real snakes instead of penises or whatever they do on that show.
Nah.
Because that show, you know what? That
Fall
show literally, that and Gen V, they both do this thing where they go, all right, here's a scene. It's a big action scene. We got powers. We got flight. We got the guy with shoot shit out of his eyeballs. What are we missing? We're missing some kind of giant fleshy penis action of some sort. Okay, put it in, the boys. Let's go. Like, that's the boys.
Right.
I like that show, but my gosh, they want to put peepees in it all the time.
All right, so actually, I will say there is in this old Marvel comic called Genetics, TIX. There was a Tudo Sokudo that had 4 arms, but also had tattoos that could transform into 3-dimensional solid forms and animate them.
Wow.
You know, it's just one of those things. It's like, what we got over here? Let's get some characters
Let's
that are
dig
kind of
deep.
like it.
Yeah, I
It
don't
reminds
see us getting a Marvel Snap card for Tudo Sokudo
yeah.
at any point.
It reminds me of what the Super Friends did, where they were like, what you had like Mr. Freeze, and then they had Captain Freeze or something. It's like
Captain
we can't
Cold.
use Mr.
Right.
Freeze,
It's Captain Cold.
so we're doing Captain Cold or whatever it
Cold,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They were two separate characters, and I don't remember. There's
Yes.
some story as to why they had to do that, and I can't remember what it was. It was some kind of
Well,
like.
we're going to talk about it on our Play Retro cartoon episode. Though.
Yeah, we should get into that because I honestly I think what it came from was DC. It was internal. It was like, well, the Flash needs a better villain. Well,
Yeah.
we already have Captain or Mr. Freeze. Yeah, but he wants a cold one too, so he's going to be Captain
He wants
Cold.
a cold one too.
It was some shit like that. I can't remember the
Yeah,
details,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was some weird freaking thing. What else? Nothing grossed me out. It was just fine.
Nothing?
No, nothing's gross. What's gross? Nothing's gross. They didn't do anything gross.
Yeah, I did
It's
have
very clean. It's a movie about a bunch of rich people. The whole movie's about rich people. Let's face it.
And I even wrote this down. It says, feels like this movie was filmed in 3 places, and that was it.
Yeah,
kind
pretty
of.
much.
Yeah.
A couple of
last-
interiors, that one little garden, and that's it.
My last notes: Elektra shops at Rite Aid. So nice.
Nice.
Little product placement there for Rite Aid. This movie is the Rite Aid to the MCU's Walgreens, basically. The hand teaches you how to break your own neck by turning your head really fast.
That was
So-
that was
So the hand that they kind of pin down and capture, who says, "Oh, you don't know what's coming." He
Yeah.
spins his head really fast and breaks his own neck and kills himself and
Yeah,
disappears.
and I wrote down worst ninja ever because they were.
Yeah.
The 3
Oh, yeah.
ninja
Yeah.
that attack him
The house, yeah.
up along the coast in British Columbia, by the way, that whole thing,
Mm.
it's all along the coast north of Vancouver up to Squamish, where Veronica Belmont lives. Those guys just come in and they're the worst ninja. What are they
Yeah.
doing? Everything they're doing is wrong.
I've got the roof. I'm the roof ninja. Well, yeah, well, I'm
Roof
going to be the
ninja.
tree spy ninja. Tree
Yeah.
spy
Be
ninja.
stabby. Oh, I got stabbed through the ceiling. Oh.
Yeah, that's a shame. But don't worry, he'll poof into some magical, stinky green smoke. It'll be fine.
Exactly. That's all I had for notes. So whatever else you might guys might have.
I said this would be decent TV in my notes. It struck me as like we would forgive this a lot more if it wasn't a big picture in the picture theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but
If
it
you
seemed
liked
like
Alias, you could have totally,
I loved
watched this
Alias,
on-
man. I thought
Yeah, I
Alias
did
was
too.
so
Yeah.
good, so into it. And then it kind of that's another show that maybe outlasted its longness. What's the word I'm looking for?
Right.
Outlived its welcome.
There you go.
I've
That's
got
what
a
I
couple
meant.
of movies. I got a couple of TV series I'm watching from that period. I got Witchblade, the whole series, the whole two seasons, and I'm going to try to
Zany.
tackle. Yeah, I'm going to try to tackle that as well. And Farscape. Those are all.
Oh, I love Farscape. Farscape's great. It's a Muppet movie. Or it's a Muppet show, but it doesn't matter. They're awesome Muppets.
No,
it's
it's
great.
great.
Yeah. I mean, it was actual Jim Henson, so you're getting the
Yep. Actual Henson.
Well,
Actual
I
Henson.
guess he was dead by then, but it was the studios.
Yeah, it was the Henson peoples.
Yeah. Same guys that did that great work in Hitchhiker's Guide. I love those puppets in there.
Mhm. Very
The
good.
the Gogons or Rogon, what were they called?
Yeah, the
Vogons.
Gogons.
The
You got it.
Vogons.
No,
Vogons,
but
yeah.
tell them it's the Gogons.
No, it's the GoBots. Just kidding. Vogons, they're so cool, dude. Such a
Yeah.
cool puppetry. It's just amazing, that stuff. That movie's underrated. The book is
Yeah,
better,
Playing
but
basketball
Yeah.
I like it.
on the court.
That too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very nicely done. Let's do some clips for the film. And I believe I have a handful here that will enjoy, the world will enjoy. Oh, a handful. Oh, gosh, I can't say hand anymore.
Oh, you should have said that was intentional. It was great.
We keep saying hand wavy, and that doesn't help. What else?
Yeah. So much hand.
Yeah, so much hand, not enough finger. What? Wait. All right.
Nope.
I take all that back. Take it all back. Here's Gorka Lucius Malfoy.
This non-existent woman killed 14 of them in half an hour. I barely got away. Spend the next 2 days in Monte Carlo wondering why she let me go.
I agree. Let him just do his own voice.
Yeah.
Why, how is this better than his natural accent?
It's not. He's got such a great English accent. Look, so I really liked him in Discovery. I don't love what they did with his character, but I loved his acting in Star Trek Discovery and as Gorka, and I really, in that case, liked how he affected sort of an American accent. I thought that was fine. For some reason in this, I just want him to be British. He should be more Lucius Malfoy and less Captain Gorka. That's what I'm saying. Here's a fun one.
You even get laid?
You even get laid? Oh, we haven't talked about that guy. So his handler guy.
Pauly Shore looking.
Yeah, right?
Oh yeah, right.
I love
Yes.
him though. He's so good.
Hold on. His name is that Colin Cunningham? I think so. Or Chris Ackerman. No. Colin Cunningham. It's McCabe is the character.
Yeah, Colin Cunningham. Yeah, McCabe.
He's interesting. So
he's the heart.
you guys ever see Preacher? You probably did.
Yes,
I did. I was trying to remember. Was
He's
it TJ or something? I couldn't remember his character.
TJ's TK T something.
Yeah, I
Shit.
saw him listed in.
Oh, there it is,
as that
TC.
being one of the things.
TC,
TC.
yeah.
Yeah, 10 episodes. I didn't remember him, but
He's always fun.
But
to
you look
see.
at his photos, and the guy looks so different in everything.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
He does. It
it's-
looks like Pauly Shore here, but yeah, he looks different all the time.
Yeah, and his
there he
his
is.
first 4 photos, those look like 4 different human beings.
They really
Yeah.
do. But it's that black and white one where his hair is all freaked out, which is the
He's
preacher
a
one.
chameleon.
Oh yeah, that's from Preacher. And then this
I like
old,
him. He's fun.
He looks like Bruce Dern from Nebraska in this last one. And then if you skip to the next 4, it's like it's not even the same person again for 4
I know.
photos.
It's like a chameleon. Yeah.
I love it. I really like him, and I thought he was a good version of what he's a trope. He's a tropey kind of character, but I liked him.
Yeah.
You've
Yes,
seen him in
and
a
the trope.
million. You see him in a million TV shows too. He works a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's it called, Randy? The trope?
Face death with dignity, and
Oh.
that is his job. His only job in this movie is to face death with dignity. Also to keep the house that they flee to. Like
Right.
he spends the whole first half of the movie. He's just
But he shoots a big
keeping
hole in the
house.
front door. I mean, that's not really keeping
Yeah.
it good.
Right into stone.
digging a tunnel. He digs a nice tunnel while they're.
That's
off
right,
screen.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked him.
About
You know,
Pass
because
the
every
orchard
house
run.
has a Fargo tunnel in it.
Yeah, he was good in SG1 as well. I'm on kind of a
Oh, yeah, he was
Stargate
good
kick
there.
lately. All right, well, let's get to what's next here. We got one of my favorite action or Asian characters of all time.
So am I to understand that with all the power of the hand, that the treasure continues to elude us?
Yes. Perhaps if we had pursued it sooner, and more aggressively.
You dare to blame Master Roshi?
Seems our methods are too mild for Kirigi.
Dude, let him just read me a story at night.
Yeah, just do it. Just come
What was he always wearing? He always had like a weird strap-on looking arm thing.
Strap on.
whoa.
I wouldn't describe it as that.
Yeah,
But he did have some worry beads. Right?
yeah.
What
Was
you're
that what that was, or was that a
Is that what it
power?
was?
He never
'Cause he's
used
always
them.
holding worry beads, like just rubbing.
And he
It's very
never. He
wordy
never.
about
I always assumed it was some kind of cool weapon. He never used it. Never got to see
saying? No,
him
I'm
do
sure
that.
it would be though in the end.
Yeah.
Speaking of cool weapons, this movie has absolutely filled with the worst weapon I have ever seen in a movie.
Oh,
Is that the
And that
girl's
is-
chain
That is
thing?
a little gold chain, which
Yeah.
apparently
Oh, jeez.
all you have to do is put your hand up and you will always block it and grab it. Always.
Yes, right.
Well, she's supposed to imbue her magic upon it, right? But she hasn't
Yeah,
gotten there.
but it's
right?
like it's only like 14 inches long, so you have to really get close to the thing you're trying to attack. With
I'm
that.
pretty
And it's-
sure it's like her mom's necklace or something. Like I said, a lot of stuff I felt like it got like dropped and missed and just forgotten
Sure,
about.
Sure.
Yeah. They hand waved it away.
Hand waving.
Maybe.
A lot of hand waving in this film.
Here's the longer version of our intro clip of how'd you get in here.
How did you get in? Front door was unlocked. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it
yes, it was.
wasn't.
No,
No,
it
it
wasn't.
Wasn't liar.
Liar.
Liar,
No,
liar,
you-
pants.
On fire. Say the name of the movie.
I'm Abby.
Elektra.
Elektra. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Cobra.
Cool. I'm a teenager. Cool.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, this is what I want my what I want my front door security camera doorbell to say to me. Okay, this is what I want it to say to me when I need it to talk. Here's what I want.
Good morning. You just got a delivery.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
That would be
though.
nice, right?
Yeah.
Because that thing would get so much use.
Oh, tons of use. That reminds
Yeah.
me that mine. I need to charge mine. It's out there dying right now.
Oh no. Ring.
Say the name again. Elektra. All right. How about one more time?
Elektra.
Okay.
All right.
Elektra.
Here's Jennifer Garner shushing people. All right.
Oh, jeez.
Here's a Jurassic Park line.
Clever girl.
All right.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I love
That was
that.
great.
And I don't know what this is.
Elektra?
Not exactly.
Oh, that's Stinky Breath Killer.
Oh
Lady.
yeah.
Yeah. How'd you like to ride in a car with her?
Typhoid, not Mary.
Yeah. Just sitting next to you on a bus, just reeking up the place, making everyone sick. What's the point of that power? That sucks. I mean, I get the point, but
Don't let her into your greenhouse.
No.
what
Where?
I
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's that. We did that. Now we do this. It's where is it? It's this. It's the Film Sack checklist. Stick is good with pool stick. Check.
Got you.
You got your Luke Cage and my stone. Check. And finally, still not as bad as Catwoman. Check.
It's
it's a high bar, right?
Yeah.
Nothing's quite as bad as that.
No, I think that permanently occupies the bolted into the floor that all other bars are measured by.
Would you say Madam Web or Catwoman? What's worse?
As far as worse?
Yeah.
Still
Which one?
Catwoman. Sorry.
Say, which one hurt
Yeah.
you most recently? Is it that?
Yeah. I mean, Madam Web, you get Adam Scott. Catwoman, you get Christopher Walken. Oh, you don't get Christopher Walken in Catwoman. You get him in the other Catwoman, the Michelle.
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns. Thank you. Jeez.
Yeah.
Who is? I can't remember. That's how bad it was. Can't even remember the bad guy in Catwoman the movie.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. I remember some uncomfortable basketball or something.
Oh, it was Sharon Stone was the bad guy.
Oh, yeah, she was the bad man in there.
Oh yeah, right.
Very very bad man.
Bad man.
They are currently approaching each other on Rotten Tomatoes. Catwoman has been sitting at 8% for a very long time, and Madam Web has been going down 15, 14, 13.
Doesn't it feel like Catwoman should be 9 though? Like it should just
Yes,
be.
of course.
Like, make it a 9, so it's 9 lives. Like Catwoman, perfect, good. Just keep it there at 9 permanently.
Yeah, why not? I say.
Give her a mercy point just so she can be 9.
That's right.
In the bottom end of Rotten Tomatoes, there's really not a big difference between 8 and 13. Like the 5% to 15% range is all the same. It's all, very, very sus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna get to the Star Trek connections. The only one I knew of for sure, and I'll just say it because I did a bit of a deep dive. Rob Bowman, director here, went and did a ton of direction for the show. He did like half the first season. Second season, I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 7 or so episodes. Fourth season did 1 episode, but pretty heavily involved in Star Trek. Other than that, I was so stumped on this one, so I'm real curious.
Some actors for you. So, Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, right, who played Roshi here. He was in the very first episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
What?
He was a Mandarin bailiff in Encounter at Farpoint. And we were talking about all the things he's been in. He was also the narrator for the Overwatch short film Dragons, which is really nice.
Oh yeah, very good in that. Oh shit, I've totally spaced that. He's so good in that.
Yeah. So we also have Hiro Kanagawa. That was Meizumi in this movie. He is Dr. Hirai in 4 episodes of Discovery season 4.
Yeah.
So season 4, 4 episodes. Dr. Hirai there, and of course we talked about Jason Isaacs, our Lucius Malfoy in 8 movies. He was only in the first season of Discovery. Is that a spoiler? Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no. What have you done?
What have you done? That's awesome. Yeah, Gorka was a great character, just not.
Really
I don't
was.
like how it ended, but whatever. That show's about to end, so I'm kind of curious how they're going to try that landing.
Yeah, they really kind of started over with season 2 and beyond.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Which I really like 2. I like 3. What are we at? This is 4th, right?
no, the 5th season is the last.
Oh,
season.
5th is the last, right? So we've had. I don't think I saw 4, so I probably have some catching up to do. But I don't. There's things about that show I really respected about its ambition, and still one of my favorite new characters ever is that Doug Jones character. Saru is the most like Star Trek ass character ever, and it's perfect. And it makes me kind of irritated that it's not. We're not going to get more of that, but.
Well, and it gave birth to Strange New Worlds, and that for that I will always give it huge credit.
Oh, you gotta love it for that, right? Absolutely. By the way, here's Rob Bowman in his most suave director shirt of all time. Look at him.
Looking like Freddie Mercury there.
Yeah,
that mustache.
It's like Freddie.
That guy's Craven the Hunter.
There you go.
Ooh,
he's a little older and fatter now, but still, it's kind of cool. Well done there with the Star Trek business. Let's move on now to the soundtrack grade. I give it an MB for the material. Not bad, meaning it's all right.
Yeah, this is a Christoph Beck, like early Christoph Beck stuff. We previously heard a Christoph Beck film, which was Edge of Tomorrow last year.
Yeah, we like that. We like that stuff, didn't we?
Love that movie.
I'm fond of that.
Big time.
Yeah, it was okay. I kind of liked it. I think
the
music.
I'm still the music is fine. Like I say, it's kind of better than the movie it's scoring. Like it's pretty good.
What do you think about all the cool acoustic rock music at the end? What do you think about that?
No, it wasn't quite it wasn't quite the same as the "Pick you up, break me up inside." That whole thing from the other
Evanescence
movie.
Steel from Daredevil.
Yeah, kind of thought they should have continued.
Not as
some.
memorable.
Or get Evanescence back on the phone.
I was super amused that when we go to that sea to sky area, and she's in a house and she meets the girl next door, that suddenly the movie decides it's Christmas, and so it starts playing Christmas music for us to let us know. It was
by the way, you didn't know it was Christmas, did you? Oh, so sad for you.
Do they even know it's Christmas time at all?
Well, no.
All right. Ibbot got whatever's going there. Let's move on to let's move on to the social post. This is where you guys you show up. All right. You type out the following thing, and you do it in 280 characters or less. You do your best to really just nail your thoughts. And I think this week we'll start with Randy.
Elektra, I swear I paid attention throughout. Even when I had to pee, I said, "Don't pause it," as I walked out. But let's be frank. That's when I felt free from garner put upon, free from nary a single smile. Before I returned from the John, I thought, I'll just stay here a while.
Oh, I like that. That was really nice. Had a good cadence to it. Also, Brian Dunaway, why don't you do it now?
Elektra, nice trick, but I've seen it before. Hashtag, was this a test? Hashtag, no.
A hashtag that answers the previous hashtag is a really cool concept. I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With us finally, or not with us. Hey, now with his summation, Brian Ibbott.
Elektra. This week I was witness to a cheeseball Marvel adaptation where a badass actress delivers a flat performance as a second-tier superhero tasked with protecting youth that will turn out to have superpowers. And then, after Madam Web, I watched Elektra, which was better.
I do think. So it is better.
I telegraphed that one very early on, what I was doing with that.
So Elektra better than Madam Web.
Elektra better than Madam Web.
But not as bad as Catwoman.
Right, exactly. Madam Web sits right there, hand in hand with Morbius, right there, just resting on Catwoman with Elektra perched just a little bit, just a size breath above, above Morbius and Madam Web.
Talking to somebody last night who was at the house who said they think that this is another example of just Sony making sure to get pooping something out before they lose the rights because they have to make stuff.
Like what Corman did with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that. I really think that they were banking on something better with this.
It's a bummer.
They did say, I think they did come out and say that they learned their lesson, that they won't rush films like this again. That was at least.
Oh, really? Okay.
Some of the statements.
They should have learned it from Morbius.
I know we get Craven this year. Don't we get a third
Venom?
Third Spider-Man movie. Do we get a Venom 3? Is that the other one that's coming out this year?
Is that this year?
I know that there's. I thought that there were 3 coming this year. And
we have Deadpool and Wolverine.
Right, but that's MCU.
And then we have Ironheart.
That's a TV show.
Yeah, a TV show.
I'm just telling you what's upcoming this year.
Yeah, if we don't have, if we're talking just movies, then
Daredevil, Born Again, Captain America, Brave New World is next year. So I've already gotten to
Venom 3. Here we go. Craven, August 30th. Venom 3, November 8th.
Oh, the 8th. There it is. Yep.
There
it is.
We get three Sony horse beatings, dead horse beatings.
Dead horse beatings.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that dead horse.
Until morale improves, the dead horse beating will continue.
By the way, we already have our first 0% of the year movie.
Ooh, what? Which?
It did hit theaters, but it's streaming. It's called Air Force One Down.
Oh my gosh,
dude. Heard of this?
Really? This is real?
Is that like Godzilla -1? Is that a crossword puzzle clue?
I don't know.
Air Force One down and then Air Force 3 across.
It stars Catherine McNamara, Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a movie about
it's a movie.
It's an action movie about the president's plane going down.
What? I couldn't read that from the title.
I think it was advertised during the Super Bowl. I vaguely remember an Air Force One Down commercial during the Super Bowl.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
Wow.
Is that some of those local commercials maybe you got? I didn't get that one.
I didn't get that one either. By the way, speaking of Japanese actors I adore, Hiroyoku Sanada, is in the upcoming Shogun, which premieres on the 27th.
Oh, God, I'm excited for that.
I am hearing so many good things about that.
Who's going to do the peeing, and who will be peed on, and who will be doing the peeing?
Peed upon.
Well, okay, so Cosmo Jarvis plays John Blackthorne. He gets peed upon. Now, the question is, will it be Hiroki Sanada, or it will be Tanada Nobu Asano? It's one of those dudes. I'm betting money.
Sure, they will be doing the peeing.
They will pee on his back. Yeah. Looking forward to that. And
this is
yeah,
gone too far.
Dude, Shogun. I have stories about Shogun in my life. That's one of them.
How many episodes are we getting? Oh, it's an FX. Oh no.
No, don't.
Okay, all right.
What do you mean? No. What does that mean? No. FX makes amazing
FX
stuff.
Do pretty well. Yeah.
We're holding our hopes high. Yes.
Yeah, FX has the greatest show of last year, and it was Fargo at season 5. FX does all sorts of great shows.
Legion was excellent, I thought.
Yeah, name of Fargo. FX makes cool shit. I think Randy's besmirching.
What was the? Oh no, that was AMC. That Crouching Tiger like. House Sand and Fog. No, what was it called? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Hold on.
It touted. It was premiered right after.
I'm trying to find it. I mean, don't forget they did The Old Man last year. That was awesome.
Atlanta's
great. American.
The Old Man, and boy, did he like it.
Welcome to Wrexham is an FX deal. It's not a
Oh, well, never mind. Justified.
Sons of Anarchy. Justified's a great one. Good one. Great, good poll. Right. Under the Banner of Heaven was a fantastic miniseries. Basket's a crazy good comedy. Archer. A bunch of others.
Things and stuff.
Just to name a few.
American Crime Story. Fargo I mentioned. The Bear.
That was Hulu.
Bear.
Nope. Hulu plays it, but all the
Hulu
FX stuff
are one and the same.
They kind of married to each other. The Bear, and and then we're forgetting about What We Do in the Shadows. Incredible run over there.
Oh, so good.
Reservation Dogs. Randy, you're smoking the crack.
Reservation Dogs.
Damages.
I'm not smoking the crack. I was very hopeful that Shogun was going to be on an HBO thing.
Oh.
And it's not. It's fine.
I think it's good. I think it's good.
Episodes.
Because HBO's been canceling shit and being dicks.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel
Cancel
way better.
Dicks.
The Shield, The Americans. Need I go on?
You need.
All right.
Not.
You needn't.
I am the biggest FX stan in the room right now. I don't know why. I've even come here. Let's move on to the alternate titles. All right. These were just handed to me, and I don't know why the music isn't playing. Oh, it's because of that. Okay. This was almost called The Girl from Alias Saves the Dude from ER while the dude from Zod plays pool.
Nice.
I don't know why I put the dude from Zod.
The dude from Zod. Zod. Give us a General Zod spin-off film.
Yep. And then there was almost called, this is back when they were going to animate it. Was it going to be these same actors, or they were going to animate it? It was going to be called Over the Garner Wall.
I get it. Like Garden.
Yeah, get it?
Yeah.
Filmsack@gmail.com is a place people send emails, and we got one from Keaton, who wrote in and said, hey, Filmsack
Michael
crew,
Keaton?
my wife and I, yes, definitely Michael Keaton, 100%.
Sure.
Diane Keaton as well. It's both Keatons. Says, my wife and I are avid moviegoers and head out to the movie theater about once a week. Our theater also does a mystery movie Monday that we really enjoy. For both of these reasons, we see quite a few movies. This past year, more than any other, FilmSack has effectively doubled the value of our purchases. Films like Moonfall, Cocaine Bear, Swiss Army Man, and Nope we saw in theaters and got to enjoy them again with FilmSack. I know, right? Oh, especially Moonfall, dude. Jeez Louises. Says, add those to the list of things that we just happened to watch at home before the FilmSack episodes like Underworld or The Conjuring, and I found myself having a great year with the podcast, effectively doubling the value of my watch time. Aww. It almost seems too much to ask for more, but can I recommend Robert Rodriguez's latest film, Hypnotic?
Hypnotic.
He says, I love Desperado, and I love that episode, but of all the movies I've seen recently, I'd place Hypnotic as possibly the worst. I need to reclaim some value on my ticket price, so please consider sacking it. Thanks you once again for great content. Thanks, Keaton.
It really had me in the first half. Like, can I recommend it? Oh, you're recommending something. Oh, no. Nope. No, not recommending it.
So this has...
You're wanting to cause us pain to save your money. I see what you're doing.
Ben Affleck, Alice Braga,
Wow.
Jackie Earl Haley, William Fichtner. I mean, there's some cool people in this. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's got bad reviews, though. People don't like it.
People don't care for it.
People don't like this shit from
Some people care.
That's what's wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
A detective investigates a mystery involving his missing daughter in a secret government program. All right.
Okay.
That sounds like shit.
That's a plot.
Yeah, it sounds like shit. I don't want to see that. Maybe, Keaton. I'm not saying we won't. I mean, this can't be worse than Hollywood Homicide. It's probably better than that.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying
every time
much.
you throw down the gauntlet of worse, we end up with worse. Please stop it.
Yeah.
Hollywood Homicide,
Could be
really,
worse.
that's a low mark.
I don't know. Like, trying to remember the name. I always block out the name of that.
Renegade?
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Was it Renegade?
No, that
Not
was the other one.
Jean-Claude. That was the other guy. No, not the
was-
other guy
that was
from
Dolph
Universal
Lundgren.
Soldier. Lundgren.
That was
That's
Dolph
who I was
Lundgren,
thinking.
yeah.
Yes, Renegade. Okay, that that
No,
might
retrograde.
Retrograde, that's it.
That's it right there.
It's like our
that,
fourth
That
memory.
holds the. I think that holds the title.
It's like
And
three
we
or
hit it
four.
so early on.
Yeah, it
too.
was like 3 or 4 episodes is all in or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It was bad. So yeah, you know
Nailed
what?
it.
That one is probably still. One of these days we should have a fun pyramid.
Good luck, people. Try and top that one.
Yeah. Good luck to you. It's the worst. All right. Here is a voicemail from Teddy, who calls in from the road.
Teddy.
This is for Film Sack. My name is Teddy Bear, truck driver. Let me give you a little horn action.
Nice.
Okay, you were talking about, I forget which episode it was, about uncomfortable bathroom scenes. What about Snow Dead? When the chubbier dude goes out there to use the outhouse, one of the girls go out there to have intercourse with him, opens up the
carefully.
door, straddles him, and the first thing she does is stick his fingers in her mouth. I figured that would be a nice,
Jesus.
uncomfortable bathroom scene for you.
Yeah.
And also,
Win.
on the Burbs, that freaky cereal sounds like they rebranded as Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula. Love the show. You guys keep me laughing. You keep me awake at night. Keep up the great work. And I will be a fan many years before and many years after. Peace.
And then he says,
Oh, making them
One for the road, right there.
"Yep, isn't
keeping
that great?"
America awake.
What was
love
the
that.
movie? What was the movie he was saying that was that horrible scene came from?
Dead Snow or something, or Snow Dead. What was it? Hold on. Here, I can have him say
Snowden?
it. Hold on. Yes, Snowden.
It's about uncomfortable bathroom bed.
Okay,
When the chubbier dude
Wait.
Snow Dead.
Snow Dead.
Snow Dead.
Snow Dead.
Wow.
This is the Nazis in the snow thing, I think.
Oh yeah.
Or is it Dead
Oh,
Snow?
I remember the trailer, but I haven't.
You know what? He's got it mixed up. It's Dead Snow, not Snow Dead.
Dead Snow? Okay.
2009 Dead Snow.
You are forgiven,
I
truck
saw it.
driver in the middle of the night.
I saw it and it was a good time. It's gross, but it's also kind of good. The other one, the sequel, I didn't see. I don't know if that's any good.
Was
or
it a
not.
sequel? Okay.
Yeah, I think this is in German, wasn't it? German language.
Looks like it. Looking at the names, looks either Scandinavian or like Swedish or German.
Yeah.
Stigfrod Henriksson.
Freud. And Snow Dead 2, Red versus Dead, is also.
Red versus
is-
Dead. That's smart.
That one's
Yeah.
more highly rated.
I love that poster for Dead. I see why he says it because some places it's listed as Snow Dead or Dead Snow.
Okay.
So
Maybe it's both then. Yeah. So maybe everybody's right.
Maybe one of the translations put snow before dead. I don't know.
Maybe in Germany it's Snow Dead.
It could be, yeah.
Dice Ned.
But over here we're like Snowden. He's in trouble.
Dead Snow.
Dead Snow. Yeah, those might be something we'd watch here. I think for Halloween,
Yeah,
we'd save them
yeah.
for Halloween, but I think they'd be
There
good.
we go. We do, we have about 20 episodes to think about this, but episode 666 is coming soon, and if we accidentally watch the Tooth Fairy on that, then I'm going to be sorely disappointed. We got to have something.
Yeah, unless the
appropriate
tooth fairy hides under your pillow and kills you at night, then forget it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in for doing something cool on that day. We'll have to think ahead on
Yeah,
that.
we got time to think about it, but
what's the most
let's not wait too long.
satanic-y sort of 666-y thing we can see that isn't, going to be a nightmare to watch? Like something we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, The Exorcist. Obviously, we've watched.
Oh,
maybe we
never
do.
done
We could do 2.
Maybe we do the sequel or the new
Oh,
sequel.
we could do. Was it
Believer?
3? Which one's?
Exorcist Believer?
That's
Yeah, I
the
think
new
one of them is like really well regarded as a cult classic. Let's see. Which
Oh,
one is it?
really? Okay.
2 is. The new one did not review well, but the
No.
2 did okay. Or I think 2 has its fans.
The Heretic. Oh no, 2 was the one we did. Yeah, the Exorcist 3, or maybe it's Exorcist the beginning. Which one was it?
You're right though. One of these has like a
cult,
cult
It might be
status.
3.
Yeah. Is it 3?
Yeah.
I think it
All
might
right.
be 3.
We'll figure it out. But wherever we can
Yeah,
get the
we
most
got-
devil for our buck, we'll do it.
We've already,
The most Beelzebub for our buck.
Yeah.
we've already sacked Devil's Advocate and Constantine and every other Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah.
What is the
The Devil and Max Devlin. No, that's not good.
Sure.
The Devil
what
Wears
about Devil's
Prada.
Rejects? We haven't sacked Devil's
Oh,
Rejects.
there's a devil in that, right?
Oh, that's a dark movie. I could do it though. Speaking of, we were just talking about Rob Zombie. That's a Rob Zombie joint.
Yeah.
Zombie.
And it's the only one of his movies I think is actually good, but it's pretty hardcore. It's like pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to think about it. But there's a lot of devil movies. We'll figure it out. 666.
Devil's in the details. We'll get it figured out.
That's right. If you want to leave us a voicemail like Teddy did, and I absolutely love that call. Thank you so much for that. 801-471-0462. You can also text us there. And filmsack@gmail.com is how you contact us there. I'd like to thank some patrons for being a part of our weird, mysterious weekly podcast here, like Taylor Fox, Ollie Ringclint, and Chris Ross. That's a cool name. Just simple.
Chris Ross.
Chris Cross.
Chris. Oh yeah, Chris Cross.
Chris Ross applesauce.
Yeah. He's in here, or she could be a she. I don't know. Chris is a very unisex name. Anyway, they're just 3 of the many fine folks that support us at patreon.com/filmsack, where they'll never get commercials ever. They'll get a print in the mail with artwork on it, assuming they're at the level to get that. They'll also get monthly host specials.
Here it comes.
Which
Here it comes. Who is it? Who is it? Who is this month?
It's shit. Who is it this month? Hold on, I'm looking at the pins. I'm looking at the pins. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, December was Ibit. So that means Dunaway's January, which means February's Randy. Randy,
right.
it's Randy.
Yep. And it is done. It's in the can. I'm gonna have Scott post it for you here in a couple days.
Awesome. That's perfect. Yep. So you guys will get that this week. And that's to everybody, no matter what tier you're on. So hop in, get in. You get pre-show content every week for all those tiers as well. No commercials. Did I mention that? I sure did. It's great. Be a part of it.
Come on
Patreon.
in, the water's fine.
That's right. Patreon.com/filmsack. Please do. Our next movie is Flight of the Intruder. I don't know what this is. What is this?
Wow, really cool. I love that movie.
True. I always think of The Navigator. What's The Intruder?
No, that's a good one too, but that's even better probably.
This is Danny Glover, Willem Dafoe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh,
Brad Johnson.
What you thought it was.
Little War Business, 1991 War Business.
Yeah, Danny Glover, you said.
Mustaches aplenty, I think.
Yeah.
Based on the movie poster.
Rosanna Arquette, Tom Sizemore.
A lot of yelling.
Yeah,
A lot of yelling.
Did Sizemore die? He did recently.
An officer and 2 gentlemen and a cup.
Yep. Ving Rhames, John
Ving
Corbett.
Rhames.
Oh my gosh, all my happy places are coming together at once.
That's
fantastic.
How do you do that without breaking something?
1991, available streaming on Paramount Plus. It looks like, right?
Yeah. Didn't somebody send us this one? Don't I have a DVD copy of this somewhere?
I don't know. Maybe
I do.
John Milius directed. Who is he? He did. He you know him from Conan the Barbarian.
Conan.
He wrote Apocalypse Now and Jeremiah Johnson, and he also wrote the TV series Rome, which I loved. Rome. But he
also, if you don't have Paramount Plus, it's also on Prime, but only for the next 12 days.
Oh, get on. Well,
So
good.
Get on it before the end of the month.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Perfect. You might have to watch a couple commercials because those guys have been dicking with us. And
everybody has Netflix's, Amazon is. They're
Yeah, but in Prime's case, they just added it to everyone.
Exactly. Hey, remember when we promised you streaming so you could get away from those pesky commercials by paying us a subscription fee? Well, now it's both.
Yeah.
Subscription fee and commercials.
Yeah, and if you want this to get rid of that, just add another $3. What's the problem? $3.
Welcome.
$3. I haven't seen this movie in forever.
By the way,
God,
the last thing
aren't I?
last thing this guy directed, or excuse me, wrote was the Red Dawn remake. Oh no, he's credited. I'm sorry, as the '84 screenplay. So I respect that, but he's not doing anything anymore. He's out. He doesn't want to work. So John Milius, let's see how you did next week on.
I don't know. I'm watching the trailer now. It's been a decade since I watched this, and I'm starting to think maybe it didn't hold up.
Regrets, some regrets is what you're saying.
That's kind of a bummer. That's a bummer to hear that.
We'll see. I haven't watched it yet. It might be good. Might hold up. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll find out.
We also directed Red Dawn. I loved Red Dawn.
I love Red Dawn.
The old Red Dawn, yeah.
Yes.
Directed Conan the Barbarian. Okay, so he's.
Yep.
This is the dude. This is the guy that Arnold talks about a ton in that documentary.
Yeah.
Because the Conan. Yeah. So that's interesting. All right. That's all coming. All right. That's what we're doing next week.
Flight of the Intruder.
Flight of the
Famous
Intruder.
movie that we've all heard of.
Yep. Intruder, duder, get in here. That's it for the show. Thanks all for listening. Filmsack.com is a link you can use to find everything that we're up to. And if you want to leave us reviews wherever you get your podcasts, that's always nice. That's going to do it for us, for me, for Brian, and for Randy.
Nachos.
Well, ooh, that sounds good right now.
Does sound really good.
See you next time.
Get more at frogpants.com.
Yeah.